Summer Bear, Life Balance Education, and Salt Lake Community College present the Mockingjay Players in the Hunger Games Mockingjay radio drama. While on a trip to visit wounded and raise morale in District 8, the Mockingjay Katniss and Gale found themselves in the middle of a bombing raid. Disobeying orders, they go into the middle of the fight, bringing down 4 planes that were bombing the hospital.
Did they hit the hospital?
Must have.
Your camera crew is growing on me. They came right up with us instead of huddling down in the alley.
I don't care, Plutarch. Just give me 5 more minutes.
Oh no. The hospital, the roof collapsed. Why would they do that? Why would they target people who are already dying?
To scare others off. Prevent the wounded from seeking help. These people you met, to Snow, they are expendable. If the Capitol wins, what would they do with a bunch of damaged slaves?
Katniss. President Snow just had the bombing air live. Then he made an appearance to say that this is his way of sending a message to the rebels. What about you? Would you like to tell the rebels anything?
Yes. I want to tell the rebels that I am alive. That I'm right here in District 8, where the Capitol has just bombed a hospital full of unarmed men, women, and children. There will be no survivors. I want to tell people that if you think for 1 second the Capitol will treat us fairly, if there's a ceasefire, you're deluding yourself. Because you know who they are and what they do. This is what they do. They kill unarmed people. And we must fight back. President Snow says he's sending us a message. Well, I have one for him. You can torture us, bomb us, and burn our districts to the ground. But do you see that Capitol plane burning over there? Fire is catching. And if we burn, you burn with us.
How do you feel?
A little beat up, but all right.
No one even told us you were going until you were gone.
I'm sorry. They weren't expecting the attack. I was just supposed to be visiting the patients. Next time, I'll have them clear it with you, Mom.
Katniss, no one clears anything with me.
Well, I'll have them notify you anyway. Hi, Miss Alla, Cressida, and cameramen. I don't know your names.
I am Castor, and this is my brother Pollux. He does not talk. He was punished by the Capitol, and they cut out his tongue.
Good to see you up.
How do you feel?
Kind of rocky. How are you?
Fine. They dug out a couple of pieces of shrapnel, but no big deal.
Come to attention. Our airtime assault has officially launched. Beettee has managed to air 17 reruns since yesterday. We had 24-hour broadcast of our first propo. If we burn, you burn with us.
Well done, Beettee.
Did it play all over Panem? Did they see it in the Capitol?
We couldn't override their system, although Beettee is working on it. But in all the districts, we even got it onto 2, which may be more valuable in the Capitol at this point in the game.
The result is more than we had hoped for, but I do have to question the wide margin of risk that you are willing to operate within. I know the raid was unforeseen. However, given the circumstances, I think we should discuss the decision to send Katniss into actual combat.
It was a tough call, but the general consensus was that we weren't going to get anything worth using if we locked her in her bunker somewhere every time a gun went off.
And you are all right with that?
Oh, yeah, I'm completely all right with that. It felt good. Doing something for a change.
Well, let's be a little more judicious with her exposure, especially now that the Capitol knows what she can do.
Yeah, we wouldn't want to lose our little Mockingjay when she's finally begun to sing.
So, what else do we have planned?
We have some terrific footage of Katniss at the hospital in 8. There should be another propo in that with the theme, Because You Know Who They Are and What They Do. We'll focus on Katniss interacting with the patients, particularly the children, the bombing of the hospital, and the wreckage. Masala's cutting that together. We also thinking about a Mockingjay piece, highlighting some of Katniss's best moments intercut with scenes of rebel uprisings and war footage. We'll call that one Fire is Catching. And then Masala came up with a really brilliant idea.
Well, I don't know how brilliant it is, but I was thinking we could do a little series of propos called We Remember. In each one, we would feature one of the dead tributes, Little Rue from 11 or Mags from 4, the idea being that we could target each district with a very personal piece.
A tribute to tributes, as it were.
That is brilliant, Masala. It's the perfect way to remind people why they're fighting.
I think it could work. I thought we might use Finnick to introduce and narrate the spots, if there was an interest in them.
Frankly, I don't see how we could have too many We Remember propos. Can you start producing them today?
Of course.
Well, then it's time to get back to work. You are dismissed.
I can't believe they covered up our disobeying orders.
No one wanted to look bad by admitting they couldn't control us.
More likely, they didn't want to jeopardize the chance of taking us out again, now that they're getting decent footage.
Good. There you are, sweetheart.
Hi, Haymitch.
Say, does this look familiar?
No.
That is your earpiece. I will give you exactly one more chance to wear it. If you remove it from your ear again, I'll have you fitted with this head shackle. It's an alternative audio unit that locks around your skull and under your chin until it's opened with a key. And I have the only key. If for some reason you're clever enough to disable that, I'll authorize them to surgically implant this transmitter into your ear so that I may speak to you 24 hours a day.
Okay, I'll keep the earpiece in.
Excuse me?
I'll keep the earpiece in.
You sure? Because I'm equally happy with any of those 3 options.
I'm sure. Anything else?
Oh, while I was waiting, I ate your lunch.
I'm going to report you.
You do that, sweetheart.
Bye, Haymitch. Katniss, you want to watch the newest propo with me?
Yes. I want to tell people that if you think for 1 second the Capitol will treat us fairly if there's a ceasefire, you're deluding yourself. Because you know who they are and what they do.
Wow, that was good. Because you know who they are and what they do. How did you think of that?
I can't stand it. All those people are now dead. Will you turn it off before they run it again?
Okay.
Wait. That special is hosted by Caesar Flickerman and Peeta. He doesn't look so good. Oh, Peeta. What have they done?
Peeta, what do you think about the rumors that Katniss is taping propos for the districts?
They're using her, obviously, to whip up the rebels. I doubt she even really knows what's going on in the war. What's at stake?
Is there anything you'd like to tell her?
There is. Don't be a fool, Katniss. Think for yourself. They've turned you into a weapon that could be instrumental in the destruction of humanity. If you've got any real influence, use it to put the brakes on this thing. Use it to stop the war before it's too late. Ask yourself, do you really trust the people you're working with? Do you really know what's going on? And if you don't, find out.
We didn't see it.
What?
We didn't see Peeta. Only the propo on 8. Then we turned the set off because the images upset you. Got it?
Yes.
Finish your dinner. Gale does very well on camera. Oh, hi, Plutarch, Cressida. The propo is very powerful.
Gale, has anything been going on?
I haven't heard one word about Peeta's interview. Has anyone told you anything?
No.
Not even Gale?
I'm hoping that he doesn't know about it.
Or maybe he's trying to find to tell you privately.
Maybe.
Oh, Gale. I was just on my way out.
Good to see you, Finnick.
Gale, I saw Peeta.
Katniss, why didn't you say something?
Why didn't I? Why didn't you, Gale? And I did, by the way, when I asked you about what had been going on.
I'm sorry, all right. I didn't know what to do. I wanted to tell you, but everyone was afraid that seeing Peeta would make you sick.
They were right. It did. But not quite as sick as you lying to me for coin.
Katniss, there's a meeting in command. disregard your current schedule.
Done.
Did you follow it at all today?
Who knows? I'm mentally disoriented. Why do they want me in command? Did I miss something?
I think Cressida wants to show you the 12 propos, but I guess you'll see them when they air.
That's what I need a schedule of, when the propos air.
Katniss, come sit by me.
What's going on? Why are there so many people here? Aren't we seeing the 12 propos?
Oh, no. I mean, possibly. I don't know exactly what footage Beettee plans to use.
Beettee thinks he's found a way to break into the feed nationwide, so that the propos will air in the capital too. He's down working on it in Special Defense now. There's live programming tonight. Snow's making an appearance or something. I think it's starting.
Look, Finnick. There's Peeta. And he's worse.
Welcome to you all. Peeta and I are here to let you know what is going on in this war. Peeta, what do you think?
For the nation, we need to have a ceasefire. Look at the damage done in the districts. A train with toxic waste derailed. A granary collapsing due to fire caused by rebel action.
I want to tell people that if you think for 1 second the capital will treat us fairly, if there's a ceasefire, you're deluding yourself. Because you know who they are and what they do.
He did it. Beettee broke in.
And look at the bombing of a water purification plant so that the...
We remember 12-year-old Rue.
It is clear the rebels are attempting to disrupt the dissemination of information they find incriminating, but truth and justice will reign. The full broadcast will resume when security has been reinstated. Peeta, given tonight's demonstration, do you have any parting thoughts for Katniss Everdeen?
Katniss, how do you think this will end? What will be left? No one is safe. Not in the capital, not in the districts, and you, in 13, dead by morning.
End it, now.
Ugh!
What did Peeta mean when he said dead by morning?
It's not some big mystery. The boy's telling us we're about to be attacked here in 13.
How could he have known that information?
Why should we trust him?
How do you know?
They are beating him bloody while we speak. What more do you need? Katniss, help me out here.
Haymitch is right. I don't know where Peeta got the information or if it's true, but he believes it is.
You don't know him. We do. Get your people ready.
Of course. We have prepared for such a scenario. Although we have decades of support for the assumption that further direct attacks on 13 would be counterproductive to the capital's cause. Nuclear missiles would release radiation into the atmosphere with incalculable environmental results. Even routine bombing could badly damage our military compound, which we know they hope to gain. And of course, they invite a counterattack. It is conceivable that, given our current alliance with the rebels, those would be viewed as acceptable risks.
Oh, you think so?
I do. At any rate, we are overdue for a level 5 security drill. Let's proceed with the lockdown.
Warning level 5 lockdown in 5 minutes.
Here you are, Katniss. Obviously this is a bad moment for you, a Peeta setback. But you need to be aware that the others will be watching you.
His setback?
Yes. And other people in the bunker. They'll be taking their cue on how to react from you. If you're calm and brave, others will try to be as well. If you panic, it could spread like wildfire. Fire is catching, so to speak.
Why don't I just pretend I'm on camera, Plutarch?
Yes. Perfect. One is always much braver with an audience. Look at the courage Peeta just displayed. I've got to get back to Coin before lockdown. You keep up the good work.
Warning level 5 lockdown in 1 minute. That was nothing like the bombs in 8.
Probably a bunker missile. We learned about them during the orientation for new citizens. They're designed to penetrate deep into the ground before they go off. because there's no point in bombing 13 on the surface anymore.
Nuclear?
Not necessarily. Some just have a lot of explosives in them. But it could be either kind, I guess.
We're so far down, I'm sure we're safe. It was a close call, though. Thank goodness Peeta has the wherewithal to warn us.
So, how are you liking 13, Prim?
Right now?
Yeah.
I miss home badly sometimes. But then I remember there's nothing left to miss anymore. I feel safer here. We don't have to worry about you. Well, not in the same way. I think they're going to train me to be a doctor.
Well, of course they are. They'd be stupid not to.
They've been watching me when I help out in the hospital. I'm already taking the medic courses. It's just beginner stuff. I know a lot of it from home, but there's plenty to learn.
That's great.
What about you, Katniss? How are you managing? And don't say you're fine.
I'm so worried about Peeta. He's getting worse, and I think they may be killing him as we hide because he told us about the attack.
Katniss, I don't think President Snow will kill Peeta. If he does, he won't have anyone left you want. He won't have anyone left to hurt you.
So, what do you think they'll do to him?
Whatever it takes to break you.
What will break me? Whatever it takes to break. Finnick, can I talk with you?
Sure.
I've been thinking. Maybe Peeta is not just being tortured for rebel information. Maybe he's being tortured specifically to incapacitate me. To break me. That's what they're doing with your Annie, isn't it?
Well, they didn't arrest her because they thought she'd be a wealth of rebel information. They know I'd never have risked telling her anything like that for her own protection.
Oh, Finnick. I'm so sorry.
No, I'm sorry that I didn't warn you somehow.
You did warn me. On the hovercraft. Only when you said they'd use Peeta against me. I thought you meant like bait. To lure me into the capital somehow.
I shouldn't have even said that. It was too late for it to be of any help to you. Since I hadn't warned you before the quarter quell, I should have shut up about how Snow operates. It's just that I didn't understand when I met you. After the first games, I thought the whole romance was an act on your part. We all expected you'd continue that strategy. But it wasn't until Peeta hit the force field and nearly died that I...
That you what?
That I knew I misjudged you. That you do love him. I'm not saying in what way. Maybe you don't know yourself. But anyone paying attention could see how much you care about him.
Anyone? Looks like I finally convinced Snow. Finnick, how do you bear it?
I don't, Katniss. Obviously, I don't. I drag myself out of nightmares each morning and find there's no relief in waking.
They've had Peeta for 5, maybe 6 weeks.
Better not to give in to it. It takes 10 times as long to put yourself back together as it does to fall apart. The more you can distract yourself, the better. Here, you can have my rope. I use it to keep my hands busy, tying knots.
Katniss, Finnick, Gale, you are needed in a meeting with President Coin.
The bombing is over. We need all of you suited up and above ground. You have 2 hours to get footage showing the damage from the bombing. Establish that 13's military unit remains not only functional, but dominant. And, the most importantly, that the Mockingjay is still alive. Any questions?
Can we have a coffee?
Get them coffee.
Want a sugar cube? Ah, she does smile. Here, the sugar improves the taste.
Thanks.
That's a big hole.
That hole is from a bomb that would have killed anyone on the first 10 levels.
Can we rebuild it?
Not anytime soon. That one didn't get much. A few backup generators and a poultry farm. We'll just seal it off. Come on, it'll be filming over here.
How much of an edge did the boy's warning give you?
About 10 minutes before our systems would have detected the missiles.
But it did help, right?
Absolutely. Civilian evacuations were completed. Seconds count when you're under attack. 10 minutes meant life saved.
So, what exactly do you need from me again?
Just a few quick lines to show you're alive and still fighting.
Okay. I'm sorry, I've got nothing.
Are you feeling okay?
Yeah,
How about we do a Q&A thing?
I think that would help.
So, Katniss, you've survived the Capitol bombing of 13. How did it compare with what you experienced on the ground in 8?
We were so far underground this time. There was no real danger. 13's alive and well, and so am...
Try the line again. 13's alive and well, and so am I.
13's alive, and so...
Katniss, just this one line and you're done today, I promise. 13's alive and well, and so am I.
Okay. 13...
Cut!
What's wrong with her?
She's figured out how Snow's using Peeta.
It's okay. It'll be okay, sweetheart.
I can't do this anymore.
I know.
All I can think of is... what's he going to do to Peeta? Because I'm the Mockingjay.
I know.
Did you see how weird he acted, what they're doing to him? And it's all my fault.
We have to do something, Plutarch. She's no good to us as long as Snow has Peeta.
Well, I think we have enough people on the inside to get to him and the others out. But we will lose some of them, and covers will be blown. This is very costly.
Can we really afford to lose the Mockingjay now and like this?
No. We need Peeta.
Let's get Annie out, too.
Well, neither Finnick or Katniss will be able to function well until we get them out. I will go talk to President Coin.
Will they be able to rescue Peeta? Find out next time in Part 4 of the Hunger Games Mockingjay radio drama. Until then...
May the odds be ever in your favor.